Hi everyone, today we're going to look at the topic 14 similar figures test to get you ready for a retake. So hopefully you can open up SIS and see which ones you missed. And let's get started. Question 1 look like this. A, B, C, D, this symbol means is similar to F, G, H, J. Remember when I said that the letters were given? Stack them up in the order that they were given, and you can see much easier which ones go together. So like these correspond and these correspond. And in similar figures, there were two things to remember. One, that the angles are congruent. They are equal to each other. So like A is the same as F, but the sides are in proportion. So you have to set up a proportion for the sides. So in this question, it says, which is true? Is A, this symbol means congruent to G? No, A isn't congruent to G. A is congruent to F. Is B congruent to J? Nope, looking over at my letters. Is C congruent to H? Yes. Is D congruent to F? No. So match up the letters. Okay, question 2. PQMN is similar to, that symbol is similar to WXYZ. So PQMN. Okay, now which angle am I looking for? Z. And Z matches up with N, and they are congruent. Even though this figure is bigger, the angles are the same. So Z is with N, and N is 100, which means Z will also be 100. So that answer is C. Question 3, triangle PQR is similar to STU. PQR is similar to STU. Which proportion can be used to find N? Okay, so this one, I'm going to match up the letters the way I think they would go. Like N is PQ, so that goes with ST, which is 13. We'll do some different colors. And then the 15 is RQ. RQ matches up with UT. And then the 36 is going to match up with the 12. Okay, so 5 over 15. So red over red, that works so far, equals N over 12. If the 5 is on the top, then the 12 or the 13 has to also be in the top in the other one. Remember that this is like the little figure and this is the big figure. And if you put the little figure number in the top, it has to also be in the top on this one. You can't cross them like that. So it's not A. All right, 15 over 5. So red over red and N over 12, purple over blue, that doesn't work. 13 over N, so purple over purple, so that's fine, equals 12 over 36, blue over blue, and was the right number on top? Yep, see how the 13 and the 12 are on top, and they're in the same figure, and the 36 and the N are in the same. So I'm pretty sure it's C. I'm going to check D just to make sure. 13 purple over purple, 36 over 12, except that these two would need to be switched like C is. All right, number 4. Given that two trapezoids are similar, which one of the following proportions is not true? Okay, so AB is to QR, so that looks true. And then BC is to RS. That one also looks true. So I'm looking for not true. AD is to AB. You can do that. They can be in the same figure as long as they match up this way then. So does AD go with QT? Yes. Does AB go with QR? Yes. So this one is okay also. BC, let me use a different color. BC goes with CD. No, let's go this way. BC goes with RS. Yep, that's true. CD is the bottom. Does CD go with RQ? No. There's, I think, our false one. I'm going to check this one, last one, to make sure. So CD is the bottom. ST is the bottom. That's correct. AD is the side. QT is the side. And the numbers are all the letters are all in the right order. So C is the correct answer. All right, which value of X would make ABC similar to DEF? So now I need to set up a proportion to find X. So I know that the FE goes with CB, which is the 39. So that's going to be one of my fractions. And then I'm going to find another one. So it doesn't matter which ones you use. Like you could use the 30 over the 45 or the 28 over the 42. You will still get the same answer for x because they're similar. So I'm going to do 30 over 45, and then I'm going to cross multiply. So that's going to help us find what x is, because this times this should be equal to 45 times x. So 45 times x should be equal to 30 times 39, which is 1,170. I'm going to divide both sides by 45 because I'm trying to figure out what x is and solve for x. And that gives me 26. So my missing value is 26. All right, question 6. What must the value of x be in order for the figures to be similar? So if they're similar, the sides are in proportion. So this is similar to the last question. The x matches up with 8, so I'm going to use that one. And then I can use any of the other two that match up. You could use the 15 over 10. You could use the 21 over the 14. Whichever ones you want to use, it doesn't really matter, because when you cross multiply them and solve for x, you'll get the same thing. So 10 times x equals 8 times 15. Divide both sides by 10 because I'm trying to solve for that x. And that equals 12. All right, question 7. Two similar billboards are shown below. What's the height of the larger one? So I need to find this. So that's my x. So I know that the x goes with the 18, so that's going to be one of my fractions. And then my other one is going to be the 64 and the 48. And I have to put the 64 on top because I put the x on top of my first one. So that first setup is going to determine all the rest of them, where they go. 48 times x equals 64 times 18, 1,152. Divide both sides by 48. 24. So setting up a proportion to solve for that missing side. All right, which of the following pairs of figures are similar? So they have to be in proportion. So this over this has to be equal to this over this. That's what that means. So 6 times 15 is 90, and 3 times 18 is 54. So those are not in proportion. Okay, let's go to B. So 16 over 8 equals 10 over 5. A couple different ways you could do this, but the cross multiplying is, and setting up a proportion this way is one of them. So that's 8 times 10 is 80, and 16 times 5 is 80. So I believe this, and this one's easier to tell, that 5 times 2 is 10 and 8 times 2 is 16. But they're not always easy like that. So setting up the proportion, you should know how to do that, but this one's kind of easy to tell that they grow at the same rate. I think that is the last question. Hopefully this helped. If there are still some questions that you have before you take the retake, let me know before you start.